Alright, so Kyle's got this C6Z on the lift. Pretty sure it dropped the valve.
Yeah, one right behind the starter.
Oh, yep.
I got one right over here. It's even bigger. Round cylinder 7.
Yeah. Everything's cracked.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yep. Take the valve point. See ya.
So we're pretty sure this thing dropped the valve.
I mean, definitely. The intake valve's missing.
Oh, it is?
You can see it in that hole.
Well, this is going to be fun to take apart.
Whole stage 3 with a clutch. It's got a trans leak, so I'm going to drop everything down at once like I did Bill's car instead of just pulling the motor out. So the front and back will come out together. I'll slip the body off.
Yeah, it's probably
much
way
easier to do everything else. So
yep.
And it's the same time to do either. It's kind of actually a little bit easier to do it that way. So that's what I think I'm going to do with it. So all I got to do is get the radiator out, get the exhaust out, disconnect the suspension, get the exhaust out, and just
drop everything.
And drop it all
in one piece.
Yep.
So new block, obviously heads cam, clutch.
New clutch. He's got an MGW shifter in there.
Sweet, and a drain plug. I don't know why, but I'm excited to see the block once it's out.
Be more excited to see the fucking new one. It's busted open.
Yeah. I wanted to take mine apart so bad, but oh man. Nothing.
What's left of the rod? There's 2 other smaller holes right behind under that big one, which I didn't see. You got a piston ring right here.
Oh man.
This is the worst one I've ever seen, honestly. This thing must have let go about fucking 7,000 RPM.
Yeah. Definitely under load.
Beautiful.
Look at that. More pieces. Oh yeah. Gonna have a nice collection going here. Wish this thing had the light on it.
Is that cracked all the way down? It certainly is. Here, there's the other holes.
It's just more holes everywhere we look.
Nice oil galley right there. That's where the oil came out of. Cracked all the way down. Thankfully the pan doesn't look messed up.
I don't know if they can see it.
That would suck.
Crazy.
Okay, it's cracked on both sides.
Good thing is getting everything. Maybe you can salvage the oil pan if you clean it up or something.
Yeah, as long as there's no damage to it.
Yeah.
Be fine.
Alright, looks like Kyle's getting ready to drop the whole drivetrain out of this thing. I'm really curious to see how bad this looks when the whole thing's out of the car.
It stops me from pulling the motor out and then pulling the axle down. Do it all at once.
Let's check it out. Oh yeah. There it is. The entire C6 Corvette drivetrain. And everything. Wow, chewed up the harness too.
Yeah, on that side.
Yeah. Yikes.
Thankfully, it didn't hit any of the. Didn't get into the loom. It's just the heat wrap.
Okay.
But
wow. That is nuts. You see right through the whole engine. I can see the other side. Oh my god. Oh yeah. Behind the starter. I'm sure that starter's all messed up. What? You really see that hole on this side now that the starter's gone. Hello. At least his rear main wasn't leaking.
fuck you mean?
Just a little bit. Sarcasm.
Yeah. Saying, I mean, you can't really tell which is leaking because there's holes on either side of the block.
Yeah,
so.
I know.
The ones in the legitimate oil gate, God, that much shit was sprayed out, man. Crack open the oil galley like that.
Bad.
1, 2, 3.
Alright, so Kyle's back from vacation and getting a jump start on this Cyber Gray C6Z that dropped the valve. Getting the forklift right now and getting ready to grab the brand new long block. So they'll be good to go this time. And of course it's getting the head scan package from us. Oh yeah, brand new Texas Speed short block. I believe this one has wide scope pistons.
Couldn't tell you, dude.
Gotcha.
I couldn't tell you.
Alright. Got most of this thing ready to go. Ready to drop her in.
clutch now, because remember, it's going off, this one all one piece.
Yep. Makes sense. Ready to put this thing back in or what?
Yeah. Is that okay with you?
Sure. Works for me. Well, Kyle has the whole drivetrain back in this thing. Looking good. I know this owner is going to be really happy with this. Finally get his car back. I know it's been down for a while after it dropped the valve. It's understandable. But clutch is in, short block's in, head's in, cam's in, trans is in, torque tube, whole nine. She's almost ready. She's getting there. Looks like you pretty much got this thing dialed in.
Yeah, it's done.
Brand new everything. Got the Hull Tech on, looking good. Hooks, headers. She's ready to rock. Alright, first startup. After the Texas Speed short block, RPM heads cam. Clutch, the whole nine. This is the car that dropped the valve, so he should be ready to rock now.
More like one that ejector.
Yep. First start. There we go. Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Got that right.
Yeah.
All right, 2000, let me turn this light down, it's a little bright now. 2009 Z06. We don't have a baseline on it because it had dropped a valve. 32,000 miles on it. So it got a short block, our heads cam package, 2-inch Cook's headers, Hull Tech intake, monster triple clutch. That's it. So, did you VHT this or no? Yeah, a little bit. Now, for those of you who don't know, but I generally try to say it every time if it's your first time watching the video, an aftermarket short block or generally a different rotating assembly won't make as much power as the factory parts. Aftermarket stuff is a lot heavier, which increases rotating mass, etc. Stock pistons are titanium rods, cast pistons, so they're super light. I mean, this thing will probably make 600. But we'll see. It's got a misfire or something on that side. Well, this thing has a misfire or something on passenger side. We'll look into that. We'll be back. All right, I don't know if it had a little bad plug or something, but it had a little misfire on this side, so we had to change. We just changed the plugs on that side. Swapped coils and then homed out the wires, and then we just swapped 4 plugs. So Nardi's outside. 2 cars are getting dropped off from Canada, so not gonna be any camera out there, but I'll record here in the screen on this thing. Okay. I didn't even make a full rip, and it made 597 and 530, which is actually killer because I revved it to 6,200. So this thing will probably make 615-ish, judging off that torque. That's really good torque. So I will wait till, depending on what time Chris comes back in, because it's 4:45 and we close at 5. So we'll be back. It's either going to be in about 3 minutes or on Monday, because it's Friday. All right, it's Monday. Back on this thing. Let's get it. Come on, motherfucker. Exact same thing, 598, 527 torque. Air fuel looks good. I'm just gonna add a little timing. The muffler's still smoking a little bit, and this thing obviously came here blown up. So I wonder if there's like oil or something still inside the muffler. It'll just need to burn off a little bit. Make a full pull. It thing felt like a full pull. It felt weird. Yeah. Oh, it sounds like it has a miss. We'll be back. We changed the wires on that side. We're gonna see what we got. .09, which I added timing and shit, so up from the 599 because I didn't make a full pull last time, but it still seems like it does that thing down low, but I don't know if maybe it's the fucking tires like chattering as I do a pull, like trying to get fucking grip. Yeah, put a little more. I put some VHT on it, but when they're like stock old tires, I think it just soaks it up. 534 torque too, so it was up all around. I'm not even gonna change anything. I'm just gonna make another rip, see if it still feels the same. I didn't feel it that time, but it made the exact same power, so I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I think that was it, because I didn't feel it that time. Tires? Yeah. I felt it like real good like early in the pull, and I think it was the tires like trying to get traction. Alright. I'm gonna let this thing cool, and we'll be back. Okay, let it cool for like 30 minutes. See what we got. $615, $537. Pretty stout for a car with an aftermarket short block in it. They're generally 15 to 20 horsepower lower simply because of rotating mass. And I think the compression is actually a little lower. I think maybe almost a full point lower in this than like our heads cam package on a stock short block. But pretty stout. It came in, it baselined 0 because it didn't run. So it's a 615 horsepower increase. Pretty stout. Later. Alright, you idiot. Not you guys, this guy. I don't usually film too many drives in cars on like stage 3 cars, but I had to go take this out and figured why not, I haven't done one in a while. This is obviously, you guys know, car we just put a motor in and everything. Picked up 615 horsepower or whatever it was. Obviously, that's a joke, but that's clearly how I'm going to title the YouTube video, because it's hilarious. Let me close the exhaust. You'll probably hear me a little bit better. I got the AC blasting. We just charged it, so I want to make sure it's all good before I send it back to the customer. But either way, this thing will drive pretty much damn stock. He should be super happy with this thing. I mean, it sucks that it dropped a valve, but I don't know if it was this car or another one. I think we've actually had 2 people have appointments to bring their car in to get, you know, heads cam or whatever, at least the heads. I'm pretty sure they were both heads cam. And a couple weeks before their appointment, their cars dropped valves, which is like, I don't even want to say my worst nightmare, but it is. Like, I hate seeing that for the customer, because, you know, not a lot of people like this. It's a lot of money to get done for most people. So the fact that you save up money to get that done, and then a couple weeks before, you know, you're about to get it done, which should be like an exciting time, you know, like you should be excited, like, oh, my car's about to get the heads and cam done, blah blah blah, and then it drops a valve and it destroys your car, and now it costs you twice as much money as it was originally intended to. Because not only you need a short block, the heads, depending on how bad they were, we might not be able to take them as a core. Usually we can, you know, you just might have to pay the difference in like a couple valves or whatever if they get messed up. But it still sucks all the way around. Like, we've had people, which I don't even blame them, have C6Zs, and when they bring them in the car, they're like, don't even baseline it. Which I'm not even mad at when they say that, just because, God forbid, you know, knock on wood, it's never happened, but God forbid something happens on that, and I don't blame people, but it is what it is. I mean, he should be super happy with this thing. Okay, let's make just. I need to make sure that they start good, hot, and cold. Usually, hot starts are the ones that are more troublesome than cold starts. Cold starts, they usually always fire up, unless they're on like full E or something like that. But a C6E wouldn't be. So it is hot as shit out today. This thing says 86, which it's definitely at least close to that. 86 to 88, 89, somewhere along those lines. Do a little third gear rip here as long as no one pulls out like this guy. I hit it way late because I was afraid that guy was going to pull out. But then this person got over a lane. But either way, this thing is nice. Comes back down to idle nice. Clutch in or clutch out. C6Z, man, it's such a fun car. People don't really realize, like, oh, you know, it only makes 600 horsepower. These things weigh 3,000 pounds. Like, that's very light, especially in today's standards with what some of these cars weigh. These new Mustangs and Camaros and cts-vs and, you know, whatever. They're GTRs, all that stuff. They're 4,000 pounds, you know, and or at least close to it, 3,800 plus. And you'd be surprised at the difference in how much 500 to 800 pounds in weight does on a car. You know, like, that's why back in the day when, you know, you would used to race like these GT500s and, you know, 0304 Cobras or whatever, like versus C6Z, generally the Mustang would need at least 100 more horsepower in order for it to be like a good race, to overcome the weight. And that's why these things are so fun. These things at 600 wheel, I mean, these things are good at any horsepower, but 600 wheel horsepower in these things for the average person is a ton of power. If you're using it as like a weekend car, obviously you're not racing too much, you just want to go out and rip on it yourself. They're solid cars. Should I do a little pull for this cop right next to me? Think he'll like it. But yeah, I mean, it's such a nice setup. They drive great. It's just real nice. I'll close the exhaust for them. And so there you go. Now it's nice and stock. You can pull in your neighborhood at midnight. It's not going to be a huge issue. You can leave for work early in the morning. Yeah, it's loud a little bit, but it's not like it would be if this thing had an aftermarket catback, like had Corsa or something on it. I mean, you ain't leaving early without pissing off your neighbors. That's for damn sure. But this thing turned out awesome. I think he's coming to pick it up tomorrow. AC feels pretty good. Coolant temp's only 190. So this thing's ready to go. Other than that, please comment. I don't care what you comment. Just comment something. Tell me I suck. I don't really care. Just write a bunch of letters, write the alphabet. Subscribe, please. Thank you. Goodbye.